Chicago, it's time for the Gregory Struss Show, starring Gregory Struss. I'm Scotty-Joe Vegas, inviting you to stay tuned for the next 30 minutes, because we'll take a look at the season of Sabby's Bike Plus Topics! And now, here's a man who puts plenty of ingredients in his sausage, Mr. Gregory Struss!
Yay! We have Fright Night here at the Did you just see our roller coaster here? Oh, man. Welcome back to the Greg Show. I'm Greg Struss, and we are emanating from the mothership here in Elmhurst, Illinois, otherwise known as the west side of Chicago. And just an exciting time, I think.
West side, baby.
Yeah, west side. So I'm kind of thrown off. The equilibrium's kind of thrown off. Equilibrium is the balance, because Scotty-Joe Vegas usually comes here, well, in the past, he used to come here around 6 o'clock. And we usually go through our ritual. We usually get dressed together.
Yes.
A hosting team that plays together, does good TV together. That's the thought.
There was a curtain between us, and, Yes.
Yeah, so we've kind of like discussed boundary issues, things like that, and then we kind of discuss some things that we want to talk about. Well, tonight he comes in, and he doesn't even say hello. You walk in, his lady's here tonight. I don't know if we're going to be able to see her, but and he's like all Hollywood. So he's got his nice suit on, and yes, let's hear it. So beautiful suit. Yeah.
Thank you.
I thought it was it. So. Can you believe that, all of these political advertisements this year? Now, I say advertisements because when I was at Lincoln Junior High School in Dalton, Illinois, back in the day, Mr. Perno, not Porno, Perno, P-R-N-O was his last name, and he always had a habit of saying, yeah, Buzz, I don't care, and you would ask, he says, you write this down, write whatever you're going to write, and somebody would say, is it okay if I write in pen? He says, Buzz, I don't care if you write in blood. I don't think you'd hear a teacher say that today. So anyway, Mr. Perno used to always say advertisement instead of advertisement. So ever since that day, I've been saying advertisement. So can you believe all of the political advertisements this year? And it is an election year, but in China it's known as an erection year. So it's
an erection year. Where did that come from? Is that a joke that fell apart?
It's erection day.
Or dissolved?
I think it's a pronunciation problem.
Is that like the sign of the cat, or just a big motor, or what is it?
I don't know what it is.
Okay.
But it's an erection here.
Oh, erection. Oh, you mean you're making fun of the Chinese culture? That's probably not a good thing to do for a white European as yourself.
Are
you sure? So you want to apologize to everybody?
I love the Chinese people. They own all of the buildings downtown Chicago. So how can I not honor that?
Well, I don't eat Chinese food.
Why not?
I don't even eat Polish buffets, and I'm Polish. So what the hell? What is that? I'm sorry.
Anyway, my apologies to the Chinese community.
I've had a few German buffets.
Yes, and actually the German people, if we all make fun of I think we're all one. So who really cares?
They said if you drive a BMW, you're still helping Adolf Hitler.
That's not true.
That's true, because they helped him in the war.
No, you're helping the Bavarian Motor Company. That's who you're helping.
So they were strong-armed by the Nazis, huh?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
But BMW is the only German manufactured car that's still made in Germany.
What about Volkswagen?
Volkswagen is made here, most of them, as are Mercedes-Benz. Most of them are assembled here now.
Where we going?
So anytime that people start telling you, giving you a hard time that you're driving a foreign car, like Toyota, oh, I can't believe you're driving a foreign car. All of those cars are manufactured in the United States.
You're brainwashed, because that money's going back to that little girl that's on the TV, and she says, let's do something with your money, and they're taking it back there, and next thing you know, North Korea's going to bomb us. Okay.
All because I bought a foreign car.
All because you bought a foreign car.
Anyway, one ad claims that Illinois Senator Dick Durbin, who's been in office for 32 years.
Must be a hell of a crook.
32 years, has single-handedly destroyed Washington, which is not true. Between Dick Durbin and all of the former Illinois governors who are now serving prison time,
Who'd want that job? If you really think about it, who'd want that job?
I don't know, but what's kind of amazing is that we are not, you and I could not run for public office. You know why? Because we don't have the money. We don't have the money to run for public office.
I have the charm.
So anyway, I think that's kind of interesting that 32 years and they're blaming Dick Durbin single-handedly for destroying Washington.
Really?
Yeah, in these ads. And it's not true. So, but anyway.
There's no I in team.
No I in team.
But there's a lot of people that are on team in Washington.
Right. So Fright Night was recently, right?
Okay.
Okay. And in other words, it's the experience that people used to have when they saw the late Joan Rivers without makeup. That's Fright Night. Thank you. How you doing, Michael? Everything all right? See, these cameras are like, hi, how you doing, Bob? Everything all right? Okay. Anyway, tonight we have, now if they're ready in the control room.
Are you ready in the control room?
We always say
I'll give you 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
What do we have?
Taboo topics!
And I know people are making book because you're like, oh, are we doing taboo topics? But people have been getting back to me and they're like, I cannot believe the stuff that you guys have been talking about.
No.
Scott's endearing stories about his mother and Mr. T last week.
Hey, it was a true story. You ask my mother if you see her. She'll tell you she saw Mr. T, but she probably won't talk about the other stuff. It's the truth.
How is Mom? How is Mama Joe Vegas?
She was I saw her at a wedding, and she asked me where I was staying for the night. And, of course, me on my hiatus, I said, the Moody Bible Institute. And then she left me alone.
I don't think they'd allow you to stay there, actually.
Absolutely.
We'll have to ask Bob if they'd allow you to stay there. All right, anyway, and then we have a look at, I don't know if we should say the name, because she was out here before, but this is hysterical. We're going to show you the seasons of Sabby's Bike.
Okay.
It's kind of a soap opera. I think you'll dig it, and you'll enjoy it.
I'll dig it like a gravedigger? Or?
No, you'll dig it in terms like the 70s, like you dig it. You'll understand what the jive is and all that stuff, okay? So
Okay,
taboo
turkey.
topics and the various seasons of Sabby's Bike. I'm Greg. This is The Greg Show, and we are reinventing community television from the west side of Chicago, and we'll be back in just a moment. Thanks for joining us.
My mom saw him over in Germany, and he was at a buffet, and he winked at my mom, so she got a little juicy down there.
So,
All right.
yes, we are back.
Yeah, baby.
Here on The Greg Show on Comcast Xfinity.
What came out of your mouth?
In the Comcast. It's a new cable company.
Really?
COMCAXT.
It's okay. I'm going to turn over here. Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Hello.
How you doing?
Jay Levine was the guy that I was talking about in the last show, with the reporter I couldn't
Yeah,
remember.
you know what? And I didn't understand, but before we get to that,
Sorry.
this is the Greg Show, and of course you're watching us on YouTube.com with the plethora of Greg shows, right?
Yes.
They're all on there. And,
Oh, man.
And it's been amazing, the stuff that we've been hearing, and actually I am hearing from people. They're like, I cannot believe that Scotty-Joe Vegas. He is a trip. Like last week, we're talking about, what were we talking about?
Mr. T.
Or the last show. We're not weeks, but last week.
Mr.
Last
T, baby juice, and other things.
show. And other things, right. And we had an audience full of women. Aunt Jean was here, and
They were
You could feel the heat in the room from the women.
Right, and
Yes.
and they were like, I don't know, appalled. They weren't appalled because they were laughing hysterically, like, do you guys edit this?
Yes.
And we said no. And then you accused me of unfairly editing the show.
Well, I also said something else that you said that I said, but oh well.
What was that?
Something about when the introduction, if I did something or whatever. Hi, how you doing? I look 800 pounds, don't I? Jesus.
But you got a great coat.
I got a great coat.
It's like Johnny Carson circa 1990.
Hey, how do you know which camera it is now?
I don't know. There's like three of
There's
them
no
looking
lights.
at us, and it's kind of
There's you.
fascinating. Right?
There's me.
Okay, and then...
Oh well.
Oh, there
hey,
you
there
are.
I am.
Hi, how
hey,
are
how you
you?
doing, baby?
So he walks in like he was all winded. I know you were with your lady today.
I've been
and
hitting
you
it
brought
since
her.
this morning, or even actually last. I didn't even say anything.
You looked a little tired. I was like, was he drinking today? Was he out somewhere? He looked a little like you had a little bit of windburn or something.
I had a little Italian sausage problem about 4 o'clock, and it just kind of hit me in. Sweet peppers pulled me through.
Where did you go?
I'm not allowed to say it's a hot dog stand here in the Chicagoland area. So, for all you mom and pop places, I love those small places. Them big places, big business is killing this country. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get this straight. We're talking about big business, right?
Yep.
But what about these little businesses? What about people that come from other countries with nothing? I'm talking with Michael, little Michael. Before we have Michael Senior and Michael Junior.
He's not
here.
so little.
No, but he's not little, but he's
Young.
young. So young Michael, I beg your pardon. We're talking about some things, and I said, these people come in and they open up a business, and then they, all of a sudden forget where they came from, and then there's a bunch of shystering going on.
They usually
Cutting corners, and yet cutting corners. You're saying big business killing small business, but that's kind of how small businesses are operating today. You hire undocumented workers because you save money that way, but yet not really have any gratitude.
My point is are the young people of this world right now who are on those phones and getting all those deals are taking the good life away from their babies, because once those people shop out everybody and take away all the small businesses, that's it. You'll only have one coat. Just like Mother Russia, you only have one shirt, or you'll have 3 shirts. All because you had to walk around that phone, driving your Honda, driving your Toyota. They're brainwashing you.
Which is manufactured.
Do you remember when
in this country.
Rowdy Piper saw the Alien movie, and he's the only guy who saw all the aliens? That's what I see right now. Son of a... All right. Let's talk about something good. How's your love life?
It's non-existent actually right now. No, actually, it's been okay. It's been
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Like, where would you troll for some prey?
That's an interesting question. Probably on a dating site.
On a dating site. Kind of lame.
But what's kind of sad today, and especially with these I shouldn't say young people, but with some people.
Yeah.
All right. What I think what's going on with this internet dating is that there's a lot of prostitution on it.
Really? I never
Absolutely.
seen it when I was out there.
Craigslist used to be a great way to meet people, made good friends on Craigslist, and then all of a sudden there's a lot of,
All I know is I see a guy with a cow on there and he gives an address. I don't know what happens. You ever see that?
No.
It's on there. Go look it up.
but what's happening is that this is now a way for people to make money.
Really?
Absolutely.
I have never seen it on there. Every time it's like I go to get a mattress or grandma died. I don't ever see no prostitution on there.
Because you're not on a dating website.
Is this Craigslist?
We're talking about dating websites.
I'm sorry. I'm dyslexic and Polish. I apologize.
I'm saying that on certain dating sites, if you're looking for,
Really?
for somebody.
Really?
Yeah. So they will present themselves one way, and then if you happen to meet up with them,
Is this true?
you leave your wallet and your other stuff and your valuables behind because people walk off with that stuff.
I do that with my family as
I'm
well.
saying if they come over for tea. So it's
All right. So what you're saying?
You understand,
okay.
when someone, if you go over to someone's house, if we can hear, for tea, all right?
Behind the Midlothian State Bank, I had a friend named Nick Woodman, and his next door neighbor was a lady who left the red light on in the window. And we counted one day, 25 cars. That's a hell of a business. You talk about small business. They should tax that.
Yes, of course. It's the oldest trade known to man.
Yes.
But if you're having someone over for tea, you have to make sure that you know who they are. Because as you get into the conversation and stuff, let's say you get up to go to the bathroom or do something to check on someone, you don't know if they're walking away with stuff. And it's so sad that it gets to a point where you have to be so self-protective of this
I'm going to quote an old prophet. His name's
Am
Larry.
I sounding like paranoid here? This is true.
I'm going to quote old prophet Larry Garrett. He says, "If you trust, you'll have it all." Stay out of those prostitute rings. Okay, let's find a nice thick girl for him. All right. Sorry. Speaking of thick girls,
Speaking of thick girls, I want to show this. We're going to have like a picture show tonight, okay?
does this have to do with the prostitutes, or does this have to do
I
with-
don't know if this might. No.
No,
No.
not Jim Neighbors.
No. I do have. Let's see if he's in here. He's somewhere in here.
Good Lord, that's a lot of pictures.
That's a lot of pictures. And you know what's sad is this paper is so expensive, but I was able to get it.
Don't tell your secrets.
I won't.
Don't do it.
I won't tell my secrets.
Because then the big business will be there. Okay, here we go.
All right, I want to take a look at this this picture. This is you notice this picture? What is this picture of? Where are we at? Oh, we're over here.
A bicycle.
Okay. Now, what do you think is different or strange about this picture?
There's no footprints currently around the bike.
Okay. What else?
It's a girl's bike.
Okay. What else?
It's a white bike. You're not supposed to wear white after Labor Day.
Okay. And now look at what else? There's snow.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm going to take this away now.
All right.
I'm pulling it away. All right.
Hi.
Now
Those
take
new
a
cameras.
look.
Those new cameras look
I
great.
know. I love it.
Yep.
Now take a look at this picture of the same bike. All right.
Okay, going back in.
Going back in.
Taboo topics.
This is the same picture.
Go.
Now, what do you think is different about this picture?
It looks like spring.
Okay. All right, so we have this one. I'm taking this one back.
Yep.
Here I go. All right. So we have that one and this one. All right, so we see the difference between the two.
Okay.
Just to take a look again.
We got it.
All right. I don't want to overkill the story.
Good Lord.
So we have that. All right, I'm pulling this away. And then we, let's see what else is here. Oh, okay. I think this is a different one.
All right.
This doesn't look like the same one.
So we got that looks like
Okay, so what does this look like?
I would say late fall.
I cannot make this story up. This is a true story, and what's even sick about it is that I would pass this bike all the time and take
Where is
pictures
this
of it.
bike at? Let's go pee on it.
No. So it was a seasonal bike. Somebody parked their bike over there.
Okay.
Okay, so here's my friend Adrian Victor, and we decided one night to take a picture on the bike. So you notice this is winter with
Yes.
this bike. All right,
Yeah.
I'm shaking this back.
So that's a year gone by.
A year gone by, and
nobody-
then
nobody
here
sold it.
Here's yours truly on the bike.
Wow.
So it was the 4 seasons of this person's bike.
All you need is Frankie Valli and you'd have it whipped.
I think we gotta have a song here, but it was so insane. I had to snap pictures of it like during all the seasons, and then all of a sudden the bike disappeared. So I don't know if this person came and picked up the bike, but before this time, now this was a person that said that she was asked to remove the bike because it was parked somewhere for a while. So they just decided to go and park it down the street, and then never went to pick it up. So look at this. I like this one too. This is my Vietnam at Salerno's. You'll notice the McDonald's in the background, but you remember Kenny Newton-John?
Do you remember that the psychic told me you watched The Man in the Bushes?
I'm pulling it back. All right. Obviously not the payoff that we were looking for.
You know, I guess you had to be there.
I guess so.
But the people in Elmhurst that are sitting there going like this, I need my meds, I need my meds, they're enjoying this.
Okay.
Is it only Elmhurst or it's Oak Park? Oak Park, right?
We're in 65 communities.
So Mike Joyce, he was the original person that's on TVG television, channel 602 Direct TV. He's originally from Oak Park, and he moved out to California, and he's on the horse racing channel. So maybe he'll come here one day.
Okay.
I doubt it, but
I'm sure.
I've watched him I've been watching him at least 9 years.
All right.
Too much information?
So coming up, we are going to have some more well, we really didn't get into taboo topics.
We got to get into some taboo topics. I'm going to get my latex on. That's how much taboo we're going into.
All right. And more on that when we return in just a moment. Thanks for joining us.
Ciao, bitches.
And the energy's on here at Comcast Xfinity in Elmhurst, Illinois, Studio 688 North. I'm Greg Struss along with Scotty-Joe Vegas. And for some reason, I didn't put my glasses on tonight.
Well, can I just say something?
Sure.
In my Bible class is this the taboo topic?
Yeah, okay, we have to open it up.
Are you ready, Mike, in the control room?
We're ready.
And a 1, 2, 3. Taboo topics!
Okay, so go ahead.
In my Bible study class, it said, do you have friends closer to you than your brother? And I wrote down Greg Struss. Isn't that nice? And 9 other people closer than my brother. Isn't that sad?
That's funny because I was told last week that I don't have anyone special in my life. But that aside, family's fun, isn't it?
I had actually something to say about any strippers out there trying to recover. What I'd like you to do is when you do your dance on the stage, this is called the Scotty-Joe Vegas, do like something like this. And this is called the Scotty-Joe Vegas. And just to let you know that when I'm sitting there, we're watching the show. Just if you could do that.
Can you give us a demonstration of standing up?
I could give it like a little bit like this. Are we on?
Let them get on.
Are we on? Here we go. We're like this. Like this. And then when my dad's wheelchair's battery gives out, he'll know that he's talking about us. That's my boy.
Have you ever had to jumpstart Papa Joe Vegas's wheelchair?
Oh, man. I just told everybody that's been 40 years, and they'll be hanging. Okay, moving on. Taboo topics, like jump. So, in other words, is what I'm trying to say is there are sick people out there, and man, behind the sick person, there's somebody who messed them up who's back here that you can't see. So when you see that angry person, and you see like, oh, I'm so crazy, it's like somebody made this person crazy back here. So their heart's broken from that person. So when you put them together, you know.
But there's more to the story usually because
Yes.
a lot of people that are in that line of work.
What are we talking about?
You're talking about stripping.
No, I was actually talking about anybody, but okay.
Okay. I'm talking about,
When was the last time you were in a strip club?
it's been a while.
Okay, last time I was in a strip club, I was forced to go.
Well, you know what? I shouldn't say this.
And I was
because-
uncomfortable.
All right, but so there was somebody, I remember we went to a Tom Petty concert. I don't even know when it was. And so we end up going to this bar in Calumet City. This got probably right around the time we were 21. You didn't go, was somebody else.
I was
and
in
we
church.
ran into somebody who we had gone to school with, a young lady.
Ooh.
And you would buy their drink and the
What does Tom Petty say? Buy you a drink, sing you a song.
And I didn't understand the game because she would say, well, you're going to buy me a drink? And I'm like, okay, I'll buy you a drink. No, you have to go there and tell them it's for me. So it was like a $10 drink versus a $3 drink.
It's all novelty. It's all. What is it called? Oh crap! I forgot again.
But there were
Vanity.
there were places where people were stripping, and there was also, shall we say, if it was prostitution, they'd be trading sexual favors for spaghetti.
Where's the
But
cops
it was,
when this is going on? And where's the invite list when I'm there?
But it, usually those things go with substance abuse.
Really?
So there's usually a substance abuse.
So I remember
issue
you
with
always
it.
told me, it says, anytime that I got a hold of somebody, it says, she's probably a drug addict, and she's probably this, and she doesn't pick apples from the orchard, and what?
So was I judgmental?
It's a little.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there's, if we had what they had, the shoe would be on the other foot and we'd be working it.
I don't know if I'd want to, though. I don't know.
Well, your body's a temple, and you've always told me that. It says, I'm Sicilian, I'm going to keep myself virgin. You've always told me that.
I'm going to show this.
Did you know in Italy that when the temples open, the temples close, but the other temples open for business?
All right, this is what I loved. The bike autographed a picture to my friend Adrian Victor, and it says, "To Victor, love Sabby's bike." I think I'm the only one that got a kick out of this, and I'll probably get sued afterwards. So hopefully you'll have big winnings tonight. Coming up, we are going to talk about your wedding that you went to.
Yes.
And then you were telling, I don't mean to touch you like that, but your parents were asking you questions. Now you're 46 years old, you've been married, right? You have a child, all this stuff. And I find this amazing that they still ask you where you're staying.
Because it's all about white guilt, and you're not staying with us and making you miserable and eating our eggs and eating your old bread. I don't want to do it.
Okay.
I want to come in the town, shake hands, love my mama.
All right.
Okay.
And we'll find out more about that when we return in just a moment. All right, so you're at the wedding, and is that what we were going to talk about? Your mom?
Even my brother's girlfriend said, "Where are you staying the night?" Well, see, they think that you don't have common sense to stay anywhere. You book a room. It's like,
are they? Are they willing to invite you? I mean, is that the next thing? Or
all I know is my brother invited me to stay over like a couple years ago all the time, and then all of a sudden there wasn't the invite no more. So my sleep apnea must have kicked somebody out of the house. I was on the couch. I didn't wake up with no wood. I mean, I was good.
So how does that work? Like, when you're dating somebody and you go and visit a relative, how does that work? What's appropriate? What's acceptable?
You stay over in Indiana you save the Indiana tax compared to Illinois tax.
No, that's not only that, but I mean, do you go to your parents' house? Now, this is somebody that you're not married to, all right? But
living
you're involved
in sin, my grandma would say.
But living in sin, but you're not even living together. So you go to your parents' home.
You're eating from the tree.
Right. So the respectful thing is what? I mean, are you not supposed to cohabitate for the night?
I think people who aren't can you say sexually active, or people who are sexual?
Are you talking about parents, or are you?
Usually older white European people who are like, they're not doing it no more. So they don't want you to be happy. They want you to be just as miserable. Sit there with the electric cart and all that stuff. I'm glad you laugh.
But you know what? Papa Joe gets in does he still have a Suburban?
Now, there's a certain term that's used in today's life that's we'll call it ox blocking. Okay, you put a C in front of it, okay? And he's out in Indiana with my brothers and his girlfriend. That's their little caribou or little Fernando's hideaway. And then my dad's sitting there going like, "What are you doing?
Got any ice cream?
Got any ice cream?" I bought ice cream for the house, so I finally put it back in there. It's but then he shut the refrigerator off. He unthawed the whole refrigerator. I'm like, "There's no groceries in there." And all there is he wrecked my Eggos. He wrecked everything. And I was like, I'm not going to complain about it. I'll do it on TV.
Right.
But I won't do it to him. I was like, So we put a little thermometer in there, and it's okay.
I really appreciate you coming out.
Hey, I'm glad to be out.
A lot of fun. I do hope that when we're here next week that we will return to our normal scheduled ritual. Okay?
We need some stars on this show.
We do. We have them right back here.
No, we need, real stars, like someone who has something to say. Mm-hmm. I wonder if they're out there watching.